I'm Coach Corey Wayne, and this is my video coaching newsletter. And the topic of this newsletter is going to be, her vibe is totally whack, dude. Got an email here from a viewer, and he says, "Hey Coach, your videos have been super informative. How have you responded when a woman's vibe towards you turns cold after you ask her out? Do you bother to reschedule when they offer a different day but seem distant when you see them?" Well, the thing you got to understand is that when you go out on a date with a girl, at the end of the date, if you've gone out with her one time, and you got to at least go for the kiss, because if she likes you romantically, at some point, whether it's at the end of the day or the middle of the day, it doesn't matter. You got to go for the kiss at some point when she's showing you the signs, when she's playing with her hair, when she's touching your arm, when you're walking together and she's like standing so close that she's literally bumping into you. In those moments, that communicates that that particular moment, the woman wants you. It means that touching is appropriate and that you should reciprocate slowly, and that's the time you go and you make a move and you go for the kiss. Now, if none of that has happened at the end of the night and you're still unsure when you get back to her door if she wants to kiss you or not, you just have to go for the kiss. And if she likes you, she'll kiss you back. And if she doesn't, she'll turn her head. And then when she turns her head, then you know there's no point in meeting her out for a drink again or going out to dinner with her or whatever it happens to be, because it's just not there. And so you got to follow those things. And plus, I would encourage you to read my book, because it sounds like you probably haven't read the book. So there's probably a lot of little things that you're doing that you think are innocuous and unimportant. Little things that you're doing or saying when you're either talking to a girl on the phone or you're with her in person that are communicating weakness, communicating that you're unsure of yourself, communicating that you're unsure of what to do. And that's going to cause a woman to back up and become a little cold and a little distant to you. But if you go out on a date and she kisses you and she makes out with you, and then maybe you call her a few days later and she's kind of cold, I mean, you just never know what's going on. She could have an ex-boyfriend that's in the background that's being a jackass to her, or there could have been some guy that she really liked before she met you, but he was kind of blowing her off. And then after you go out with her a couple of times, now he seems like he's back in the picture. Because you never know what's going on in a girl's life. And that's why I say, especially when you're learning this stuff, you need to be applying with as many women as you can, so you can go out on as many dates as you can, because repetition's the mother of skill, and that's the only way you're going to get better. It's the only way you're going to improve your skills of seduction, because you do this enough, it's simply a numbers game. Eventually, you're going to encounter a woman who's going to knock your fucking socks off. And if you're not prepared because you haven't practiced, then you're going to totally fumble the football and fuck it up, and then you're going to be kicking yourself in the next 6 months thinking about that girl that you screwed up with. And so that's why it's so important to practice these things and not get so hung up on a girl. But if I go out with a girl and she kisses me back, we make out, it's like I'm going to go out on a second date, and usually a few days later she's going to be even that much more excited. But the thing is that just tells me that either A, you've turned this girl off by some of the things you've done and said, or B, she wasn't really that into you in the first place. And the closer a woman is to a 5 on a scale of 1 to 10 as far as how she perceives you, as far as a level of attractiveness. In other words, when she looks at you on a scale of 1 to 10, she judges you to be like a 5 or better. The closer you are to a 5, the harder it's going to be, and the colder a woman is going to be like this towards you. Now, if you do everything right over the course of several weeks and months, she'll fall in love with you. But the thing that you'll realize when you do this enough and you date enough is that a woman where you start out as a 5 versus a woman who perceives you as like an 8 from the get-go, the woman who perceives you as an 8 is going to have a much better attitude, and she's going to be much more affectionate, quicker, she's going to be more open to you, and she'll sleep with you quicker than a woman who is, say, a 5, or who perceives you as a 5, because she's really not that into you, but she's into you enough to the point where she's like, yeah, he's kind of cute, I'll go out with him. And then you can raise her level of interest. But that's what I would do if I were you. Read my book. Go to my website right now, and on the email where the email sign-up box is on my website, right underneath that is the box that has the link that'll take you to the Amazon Kindle download page. Once you get there, if you don't have a Kindle device, just download one of their free e-reader apps for your smartphone, tablet device, or your computer. It only takes a matter of seconds to download and install the app and complete the purchase of my book. And if you have a question that you'd like me to cover in a future video newsletter, go to my website, click the Contact Me tab, which will be in the left-hand side of your screen, and send me 1 to 2 paragraphs max, and just give me several days to get back to you with a response. If you want to talk to me right away, the quickest way to get my help is to book a paid phone coaching session. You can do that by going to my website, click the Products tab, which will be at the top of your screen, and just follow the instructions. And if you appreciate the value of the information I offer in these video newsletters, the articles on my website, and my ebook, you could show your appreciation by going to my website and just click the PayPal donate button, which will be in the Wibia toolbar at the bottom of your screen, and donate any amount that you feel is equal to the value of the information. And I will talk to you soon.